what it do. My name is the Digital Pit Boss. And if you're not aware of what I do, then today you're going to get a shot glass full. Now I don't got all day, like I used to. Sit around and do an 8-hour show like I knew you. But I thought it was important that I pointed something out. I came up with a pretty, what up, Candy Kisses? I done checked out your show. Mr. Unix came in the room early. So I know that it ain't really important in today's climate what an individual really believes. It really ain't that important in today's climate because it's layers and layers and layers of shit going on. And as you notice the title, Panhandling on the Slick. Now, if you from the streets, that has one meaning. If you know Pit Boss, it's got 3 or 4 meanings. I try to entertain y'all while I do this shit. I really do. Sometimes they don't like my style of comedy. They say I'm angry when I do this. And I say, man, that's a character. Do you really think I'm angry? You know what I'm talking about? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to merge several thoughts. Bring them out, Candy, and they're getting it in the chat. Yeah, we're going to hit them. Okay, so what I want you to understand is that consciousness is being panhandled. Now, let me be honest. I have friends, personal friends that I've known more than a decade who have a total belief in some particular practice. One of them, she like an E5 priestess type. I mean, this is my friend. This is somebody who would call me on the phone, be like, where you at? Let's hook up and drink some wine and smoke a cigar. I'll be like, what's up with these cigars? Then when I go look at all the E5 priests, they all smoking cigars. She got the long wicked locks. The long wicked locks. Not that cute shit. Her shit, the wicked locks. And she really believe her shit and get paid big dough. She'd call me up 6 a.m. to tell me about some spirit she ejected from some dude. And the guy believed the magic she was doing was real. But see, I also remember growing up in LA around them gangbangers. None of them claimed to be any kind of spiritual priest, but could pull a demon out your motherfucking ass or put one in you. They could put a demon in you or pull one up out your ass and never claim to be a priest. Never claim to have any kind of knowledge of any African ancestry or none of that. But on that side block late night, that gangsterism they get the chanting. They had their little chants and shit. It was real. It was a seance on the hood. So if a couple of people in the hood who don't have no book game, are not familiar with any kind of spirituality in some African aspect, but yet They pouring out a little liquor for the dead homies. All this shit just conjuring up among them. Then the idea is that you could feel you've been healed with a, what they call a placebo pill. You might feel like you being healed. Depending on the individual who hitting you with the info, you might feel like they real is real. So I'm gonna show you the panhandling in various forms. We're gonna start with my favorite panhandler, Sonetta TV. My favorite panhandler. He think he doing the work. He don't want to say he's an entertainment brand. He don't want to be honest and just say, look, I'm conscious entertainment, y'all. If you want that real shit, you might gotta go down to your nearest African bookstore in your neighborhood. Cause this shit I'm over here doing is entertainment. He don't want to be honest. And boy, he keep the war going. So first off, we got the newest magician on the scene. They call him Jabari, right? He kind of dressed like he's slick now. He took that nerdish flair he had and did something with it and came back with this Sonetta pimp hat and glasses on. I'm gonna snapshot this so y'all can get the visual, you feel me? So y'all can get the visual. Oh, I can't really snapshot it. Yes, I can. I could do anything. Now listen, because I'm working through it slow, and when I'm working through it slow, I'm really trying to bring out a point. I'm not aiming at anything in specific. I'm not aiming at Sonetta. I'm not aiming at African spirituality. I'm trying to get to a higher level of where the conversation is at, but I got to use these things as props because some of y'all just don't dissect it the way I do. And so you got to let me do what pit balls do. That might mean bring it black and blue. Still light that match when I light that back. So let me get into this a little bit. So what we about to hear, mind you, this particular lady from the West Coast. So soon as she start talking, her sound just rings my ear. This is the kind of people I'm used to when it comes to shit. But she E5 with it. But she sound like your grandmama. She ain't got that hate in her spirit. But as soon as she finished speaking, I wouldn't give a damn if you was at my door with Girl Scout cookies. There's only two things you could be. One of two. Real or goddamn fake. Right? Now let's get into it real quick.
So if I say to you that I've done a consultation and Yemaya said you need a spiritual bath in this water with this herb, okay? You can at first think, oh, she's just telling us some shit that her grandma said, okay? But I can now tell you to go look for messages from water by the scientist Matsuro Emoto, who took water, subjected it to microscopes, took pictures of it, and then had people with different emotions to sit and concentrate on that water, put it under the microscope again, and see how it had changed because of your consciousness impacting matter. We have to be clear that everything in the universe is made of energy that manifests as matter at different levels, and that energy is receptive and responsive to our input.
Now, although she sounds real grand in what she's saying, she ain't said a goddamn thing new in the conscious community on Sinetta TV's platform. She just deliver it a little more smooth. And so you could accept this as you hear Sinetta in the background. Oh, come on, drop that shit. But since they all on the same bullshit, there ain't gonna be no negativity. Even though I like what she's saying. Hey, y'all got the Sadamoto, got a pail of water and put a microscope on it and had different people look at the water, and he started taking pictures and the water's energy changed. All that shit. Oh, that's great. That's great. Great. We now know that water can contain energy. See, when you hit they ass with the realest shit in the world, that spiritual idea is not physical, because they have to draw you to nature, because their limited ancestors kept them in that box. It's this simple. It's this simple. The white man showed up in Africa and put their ass in a headlock. And all this shit she talking about got wrapped up and put on a boat, shackled up. Off you go. That don't make the information false. It just means whoever locked you up, what they working with? Brute force. Brute force. Now, this is what makes the Bible cold that they hate. We just talking about knowledge. The Bible contains prophecies. A prophecy is a future event described in details. A phenomenon that cannot be explained by nature. That you could describe the future in fine detail. And you're going to define the future in such a way that you cannot physically control the outcome. And then it come true. Exactly like you say. This is how Pit Boss ended up a preterist. I went to looking for the prophecies I didn't want to deal with. This is what made the Christ consciousness concept on a grand scale. And every time I get into it with these ancients and we start talking about this history, they don't want to deal with the first century, where the Kemetic masters of the ancient Kemetic system turned Christian to deal with the Kemetic Roman. The Roman who was practicing all this ancient African shit had their ass in the headlock back then. They wasn't rocking Christianity. Now I'm gonna finish letting her drill, get her spit out, because she coming with it. It sounds very good. I like it. Let's let her get it.
Receptive and responsive to our input. So not only can I sit here and sing a song and every vulture in the area will come circle here because I called them. because I know what to say to them. Okay, okay. But under the right conditions, I can put my hand in some water and send the energy, awaken the energy in that water to wash the negativity away from this particular person. It is not spookism. It has never been spookism. It has only been corrupted by a compartmentalized Western analysis of it. That's all. That's what I.
Listen, when the elders who have been doing this work explain the nature of the work, I hope the family is listening carefully to how this works.
Because it puts more power in your hand. I am a priestess of Oshun for 36 years and a priestess of Ifa for 17 years. And the one thing I want to make really, really clear, there are certain things that only a priest can do for you, but most of it you can do for yourself. Most of it you can get guidance from your ancestors. Most of it, you know, there's a science now called biomimicry, right? Where architects and different people are looking at what nature does and then restructuring architecture, restructuring organizations to mimic what nature does, okay? That is what our elders have always done for tens of thousands of years. And when I'm teaching in university and somebody comes and says, oh, we're now studying permaculture, I said, oh, you mean that shit my mama used to do where she threw the coffee grounds and the eggshells in the yard? Oh, well, you know, we're studying climatology. Oh, you mean when my grandma stood outside and stuck her big toe up and said what the weather was going to be? Don't come at me like this shit is new. It is not new. It is not new. It is ancient. It just needs to be reclaimed by the descendants of the people who created it originally. That's all that has to happen is, you know, the shift in consciousness is where the real magic is. Okay. So, you know, I just want to say that, you know, I do online classes, I travel around doing rituals and all kinds of things, but I think what is going to be real important, and I'm working on it with another sister, is offering a course in African American hoodoo.
Panhandling on the side. Red, black, green, panhandling on the side. Right? You gotta get paid for what you do, or you won't do what it do if you don't get paid. So panhandling gonna come in and play at some point in time. You feel me? Who do what you do? She's perfect candidate for Sonetta Sucker TV. She said she's 17 years at that shit. That's young in the game. Sonetta been online longer than 17 years. He been bootlegging DVDs for longer than 17 years. That's young in the game. That ain't even talking about nothing. She too old to just be that young in the game. But we're going to contrast her words, right? We're going to contrast her words because that sound good. But we're going to contrast that to this brother.
A week later, a couple of weeks later, a week later, 2 weeks later, I was at a schoolyard hanging out, playing with a friend of mine, and I heard something fell and hit the ground, and it was a voodoo necklace. So I took the voodoo necklace, it had many colors. I took it, I put it on, and the necklace was my first contract with the devil. We went to a tarot card reading, and when I went to the tarot card reading, as a little boy, at 10 years old, we went in. The lady that was doing the tarot card, the witch lady that was doing the tarot card reading, she got fascinated. Her eyes were fixed on me, and she said, "This boy, we want him. We want him. We want him. The research, which is Santeria, want him. Spiritualism, which is spiritualism, espiritismo in Spanish. Santeria is they call it worship of the saints, but it's not worship of the saints, worship of demons. We want him, and if you don't give it to us, he's going to lose his eyesight in 30 days." So my mother was so desperate as a mother. My mother sold her furniture. My mother sold her bed. She sold her bedroom set to get $250 to do my first ceremony because this lady put so much fear so much fear in my mother that my mother had to sleep on the floor because there was no bedroom for her to sleep into because she didn't want me to lose my eyesight. So they initiated me to the dark side at the age of 10 years old. So the first love, the first encounter I had as a 10-year-old boy with the devil showed up and took the offering of giving.
Now, I want you to understand this is the same thing. Hoodoo, Santeria, Ifa, Yoruba, all that shit. Wicca, Greek mythology, Roman mythology, Kemetic mythology, all the motherfucking same shit. But here's somebody about to be honest with you. Since the age of 10.
Life to him, and they put 5 beads around my neck. The 5 worst the 5 worst demons of principalities that are under Satan. They put them right under my neck, which is Santeria. They put them right under my neck, and they said, "These are going to be your spiritual guys. And these are going to be your guardian angels, and they're going to take care of your life from now on." This is the building. This corner building here used to be almost abandoned. The corner building here. It's in the book. And I used to go up and down. Me and my brother used to go and get the water and the pump. We got the pump right there. All the apartment was all empty. The apartments, all the apartments abandoned over here. Only me and my family, 2 other family lived here. And my whole childhood was stolen. My whole childhood was worshiping the devil, going to demon church. I would go to demon church from 7 in the evening to 5 in the morning, being trained by witches and warlocks, colors, principal, rights. Who owns this region? Who's in this region? Who's running this principality? What principality name is this? I had how to channel powers. At the age of 13 years old, I was astral projecting my body. I would leave my body home and go to regions and go into the spirit and curse dark side, curse neighborhoods, put spirit of prostitution, spirit of drugs into the neighborhood, homosexuality spirits here, demonic spirit here, spirit of murder, spirit of suicide. I know how to channel all those spirits into the neighborhood. At the age of 15, 16 years old, I was going to hospitals and putting death in ICU, death in one room, so this person can die because I wanted to be promoted with the devil to blow up that ranks, to be the biggest devil worshiper in New York City. The devil became my daddy. He replaced my dad because I prayed and I said, "You killed my dad." At the age of 33 years old, my dad got shot in a nightclub in the face by a woman that wasn't even his, and he had to go home. And the devil took him out. The devil said, "I replaced the old to keep the new." And the devil became my daddy. There was a club here, and my father died there at 33 years old, and we lived over there. And then when I was 11-year-old boy, there was a store right here in the corner, and the guy got shot right there in the street, right there, right in the little corner here. The guy got killed there when I went to get the gallon of milk. And I moved up the ranks from devil worshiping. I moved up the ranks. I moved up with principalities and demons to the point that I was able to sit with the devil like I'm sitting with you today. And the devil manifests himself in human form. Or the president would come into the room, and I would speak to the devil all night long. And he would give me assignments. I would go to 5 clubs or 5 lounges a night to look for people to recruit to the dark side. I would tell people their fortune. I would tell people their lives. I would tell people things that they did, things that was going to happen to them. That then they had no clue who I was. They didn't know who I was. I just had the demonic powers. I had a taste for blood. I would kill animals and drink the blood every week. If I didn't have money if I didn't have time to buy an animal, I would cut myself and drink my own blood. The ring of the people that I was with that was in this demonic world, doctors, lawyers, principals, judges, police officers, they were all into witchcraft. There was all, even singers today that are very well known. I would move principalities from that region to control demons on the ground to operate the church, to cut down the church, to cut down the growth of the church, to cut down.
Okay. Now, that's the same thing spoken by someone else, but the same thing. Now we're going to show you another spin on it, right? I dealt with the South African fight for liberation, economic liberation, right? I start digging into it a little bit here, a little bit there. And I told y'all, I'm going to interject this shit into the conscious community. Watch me work. I'm going to call upon the ancestors to run my game on every one of these channels. If they can use the ancestors, I can too, right? They not exclusively connected to the ancestors, are you? So check it out. So we got Captain Tazariak and the leather and chrome of Harlem. From the one of the West, Captain Tazariak. Who in the fuck is Captain Tazariak working for? This nigga got a cold pitch. The Mexican is his brother, and the African is his enemy. He loves Sonetta, can't stand a Christian. Who is this nigga working for? Where did you come from, baby? And who the hell sent you here? What the fuck is going on? What's going on? What's going on? Don't make me start singing Tupac and shit around this bitch. So this topic, Sonetta with his slithery skin, knows his crew. And he just heard Sonetta go up against an African again. And Sonetta know, boy, Tazariak, that's a slippery slope. You can lose it. But see, Tazariak fits in the same category as the hoodoo teacher. I told y'all, it's only one enemy to these people. The hoodoo teacher said that they're victimized because white people have made their religions spookisms. If that's the case, then this shit is the original spookisms. But see, Jabari and Sonetta, they don't have a problem. If this hoodoo worker says that you could transcend a physical spirit from your mind physically into water, and he don't have a problem representing the panhandle on the slick. And so he brought us all his knowledge of debate, all this bullshit, and he damn near single-handedly caused a mountain of confusion. So now we're going to go to homosexual Harlem on 125th Street. And we're going to listen to the satanic nigga speak.
Where over now, South Africa? Where? South Africa. How many countries in South Africa? South Africa. How many countries are in South Africa? This is what I mean when I say, I just said we have to prioritize us. And y'all already taking me over to another country. This is South Africa. You're yelling at poor people. Hold on here. You gotta stir it up. You gotta stir it up. So now I gotta be worried about South Africa. I can't worry about all of them no more. You know I gotta focus on South Africa. Because I didn't say it. No, I don't want to. Sorry. This is what he's trying to engage you. Yeah, right? He brought the topic. I understand, but what I'm saying is he should tell him to be quiet. I'm not telling him to be quiet. I'm trying to get him. I'm trying to get him to stay on track. Right, that's all. Damn, bro. I just want to add something into like what we're talking about. We should worry about it here. There is no here. It's only Africa. Chinese people, why they're not worrying about their issue? Nobody is profiling home base. Yeah, they got something that somebody got given here. They kind of raise them up and say, hey, I got to watch out. Because they got a home. Why African people don't have power? Because we don't have a home base. That's the only problem. The land base, we don't have a land base, sir. It's not my fault the buildings have names the white man from Australia. I didn't hear that. I didn't hear none of that shit when slaves was being sold to the white man. It's like the white man come to me now saying, what he's saying is no different than the white man saying, well, I wasn't back then, but that's what he responds to. Well, that was just my ancestors. But we got to get along now. I cannot get along with somebody that had a hand in what happened to me. I can't get left through it. I can't feel compassion. Fool. That's what they told. That's what they told you. That's it. You talk, I'm quiet. No problem. I can't feel compassion for what y'all going through now. Because where was the compassion when my ancestors going through what we was going through at the hands of your people? Your people are the reason why there are blacks in this condition in America. And now you want me to feel sorry for South Africa, West Africa, or any other part of Africa? Fuck them. Where was the love for us when we was in chains? Our babies is killed, hung, lynched. Where the graves of our slaves at? You can't even fucking find them. What y'all did. And now it's supposed to be like, I gotta care about Africa now. Let me worry about that. Fuck Africa. They can kiss my ass. Black.
On the TV. Tazariak is a prominent figure. His mindset, fuck Africa, they can kiss my ass. I'm rolling with General Ham Hawk. I'm rolling with General Ham Hawk. Tazariak called in on the Son of Man show, acting like he wanted debate. These niggas think they doing the work. It's crazy. They think they doing the work because they go every Saturday and speak on the corner. Sinetta think he doing the work because he goes somewhere with his camera and click the on button. But you are doing the work. You're doing the work of Satan, nigga. All this shit boils down to Tazariak came over to Sinetta for views. He wasn't popular prior to it. When he looked at Sinetta's channel, Sinetta was bumping 50,000 views a upload back then. And he called General Johanna. Oh my God, man. ISUPK. Oh my God. This nigga say he can't even describe what Christianity is. I think that word offends a whole lot of people. Christianity. Niggas be offended. Get that off me. These niggas. This panhandling on the slick. You think it's real. We're not done with this though. This is so big. This is such a conglomerate of people on top of bullshit. Remember what I told you when I paid that Steve Coakley? You need to go back and rewatch Steve Coakley expose the boule. Hey. You need to understand how these organizations are set up and controlled. It's not even about your ideology. The talented 10th spread out and went into every ideology. They wouldn't give a damn what you believe. They control it at the top. They don't give a damn. Now, I'm telling you that currently, you could have turned on the news today and you would have seen the news talking about a crazy white boy who went into a Waffle House and shot up about 3 or 4 people. And then to double up on the story, they also gave you a crazy truck driver in Toronto, Canada, who just mauled down about 10 people that walking down the street. And they're going to replay that all day for the next 2-3 days. Or you could click on CNN and Fox, and you could hear them talk about Syria and how they're going to do this and do that. And you can hear them talk about which rapper, New York rappers, fake ass Bloods, all kinds of shit. All kind of shit. But quiet is kept about the movement for Black people on the planet Earth to try and take a swipe at white supremacy and gain political, economical, and social order on a geographical location on this planet. This has not been done during the era of white supremacy. And here goes the Black Power movement in America. They want to take you back to the shit you know. You want to keep me focused on the Black Panthers, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. You want to put me in this trilateral corporation y'all working with. And you want to keep on running these same names. And every once in a while, you'll throw in a Garvey for good measure. But you niggas keep on repeating the same story year after year after year after year. Then you really think it's something different. And it ain't nothing different. It's called sidetrack, panhandling on the side. Because you either gonna blend in and you gonna be chill in the midst of integration. We ain't gonna hear it peep out your ass. Or you gonna stand up and play the role you really talented 10th in sheep's clothing, yelling out Black Power, yelling out all types of shit, but you really not that. Or you gonna stand up and be the real authentic thing. Got a couple of options. You can blend in and just integrate, go get you a job, stay off the dinner plate, just blend in. Stay out of Dodge, keep it stepping. Love everybody, it ain't no thing. And accept your position. No problem. Whatever your position is, accept it. Or you could panhandle on the side and you could come out here and fake like you trying to do something, like you trying to change something. But when we start to dissect the element, you sounded kind of frail back there. This shit ain't really real. Or you can come out here and you can drop that shit like your Nelly Fuller, like your Garvey, like your Booker T, like your Julius Malemi, as he dig in the scene. If y'all not really watching those videos in detail, listening to what's really going on over there, I mean, you're going to be stuck on this consciousness over here. And this shit over here is so watered down. They got to bring up the names you know to make it feel like something, because you really come out for pep rallies. You taken by this bullshit. You like this dumb shit Tazariak got to say.
Who I love, who I would stand with, and when they get in their position of power, then maybe we can talk and say, well, what type of deals we can make? Y'all fucked up y'all deal. Yo, you should get mad at your ancestors for whatever deal they made with the white Europeans when they sold us, and knowing the white man was going to renege, don't talk to them. Don't talk to me, and now you want me to fight your fight? White, the brothers is in the military. You know, we fight brothers flying them drones and all that shit in the military right now, fighting white man's fight against an enemy that's not his. Now you want me to fight for you when you're my enemy? I'm not saying right here. I want him to speak to what he just said. I'm not saying that you don't have a white man problem, but that's your fault. You made the deal. What y'all should have did, y'all should have stayed at war with him and never made a treaty with him. And that's what you should have did. Why did you make a treaty with him to sell us? Let him respond. Okay, brother, let me tell you something. I understand you're smart and you're bright, and I really appreciate this, what you're doing. And I really appreciate it, because this is better than being a gangster or something like that. What you got in history about there is a treaty, that's wrong. That's not true. You heard about Shaka Zulu? What happened? They came to Africa trying to steal black people.
Okay, he talking about Shaka Zulu. He a little hard to understand. It's a bad microphone. Sonetta won't never spend no money on no equipment. He got brand new gators, but equipment is third down the road. So Tazariak is not informed. He don't know about Booker T and the ANC. He don't understand. He don't want to talk about none of that. He want to keep it on some General Yohana and the pork chop crew on that bullshit. He's really doomed. He gonna be a street corner solicitor for the rest of his life, because he's bought into that bullshit. He over there spending money on leather headbands with bones in them. He is fully committed to the dumbest shit on earth. And here's what's gonna happen. Over time, all these conscious niggas getting old, fat, diabetes, all type of shit, they gonna start passing away. All of that, because they done put themselves on YouTube, and we done watch your ass get big as Methuselah in the waist like Garfield. And y'all niggas be looking disgusting on camera. Big, fat, nasty, conscious niggas. What happened to the dietary system? Y'all niggas is disgusting. I be looking at y'all niggas in bad health out there. Better get it right, because you're getting older. Now, this is a complex layer of shit. And they can keep on bringing on the next and the next, and try to make it sound sweet like this.
Yeah, hoodoo. You see what I'm saying? People love to imagine that hoodoo is a daughter of voodoo. It is a daughter of voodoo. Okay, people say voodoo as if this is something stupid. That's because they don't know the history that comes all the way from Benin that has sustained us throughout the slave period, throughout everything. You know, so I mean, I was born in New Orleans.
Now, if I go do you the history of Benin or Benin, the way she said, talking about hoodoo, voodoo sustained us, you don't even want to know. Benin, previously known as Dahomey, were the last to stop selling slaves. That fucking practice they was practicing made them not give a fuck about a slave. Niggas was getting money. Who doing all your asses on the boat? You know who didn't get sold in Benin? If you was a citizen of the king, you didn't get on the boat unless they just didn't have nobody else to sell. Criminals and other tribes nearby, they got on that boat. I mean, the black market in Benin was disgusting. Look, let me tell you something about the white folks trying to go to Benin. They used to sharpen their teeth real sharp. And then the Portuguese sent a group out to visit the king. They slaughtered the group. So the Portuguese was like, these niggas killed my man. So they sent in their Navy SEALs of the day in there to go capture that goddamn king with all his hoodoo. If he knew hoodoo, if anybody knew hoodoo, they do. Not her ass sitting in New Orleans. But these niggas in Benin, it back up in the woods. If anybody know this shit, if this shit gonna work, it's gonna work in Benin, or it ain't gonna work at all if it don't work there. They went and took blood and painted the whole city, all the buildings, until the stench of blood was in the air so thick that the white man was sickened. He's like, oh my God, what the fuck? Human blood. Now, not no cow blood, human blood. Benin was sick with the human sacrifice shit. That she ain't gonna want to tell you about that part. Because she don't want to get locked up. You don't want to get locked up. You don't want to get locked up. Talking about you over here doing human sacrifice. They're going to act like we don't do human sacrifice no more. We never did it. They going to lie. They going to lie. Because they don't want to be honest. Honesty in the conscious community is a precious thing and a very scarce commodity up in here. But she gonna make this shit sound good to you.
Grew up in Marie Laveau's house. Okay, so I inherited some of this stuff and had to overcome the negative stereotypes of what was on television. But hoodoo is that body of rituals, ceremonies, and exercises that we have inherited. To move energy and change not only how we think, feel, and do, but we actually change matter. We actually change matter. You see what I'm saying? And it's been downplayed.
See, that's that shit I don't like. You can change matter, but you won't sign that to TV. A nigga that can change matter? What are you doing on Saturday TV? You need to be on CNN somewhere, changing matter. This nigga on Saturday TV talking about change matter.
Inside of what's been called hoodoo. Okay, and so that is what I taught a lot of things, you know, but I'm beginning to feel like African American hoodoo will work because you don't have to initiate into anybody's tradition in order to do it. Okay. I've been initiated into I don't want to be cut, shaved, shaped, painted again. I don't want to. I'll send you my bio. But, you know, I have studied Black Native American tradition, Black Kemetic tradition, the West African traditions, the impact of Black people on the Hindu tradition. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot there. And if we look at it, if we are truly honest, we have to say that everything we have came out of is a spore that came out of ancient Egypt. And we have to face it.
Some of you think that I brought Mama Yeye here to respond to Reggie, and I did not. Practitioners speak this way.
That's a goddamn lie, and it's too easy to prove. This is a woman who don't live in Africa. Don't live in Africa and think that all knowledge came out of Kemet. I mean, this is ridiculous. There are pyramids in the Sudan older than the pyramids in Egypt. Let's start there. Let's start with that part. If everything came out of Kemet, why is Kemet de facto defunct? A wrap. Why is there not one Kemetic temple anywhere on the planet open for business? I'm not talking about this Kemetic reconstruction bullshit they doing in Harlem, gay Harlem, Gotham City. I'm talking about in the motherland. What happened to all the temples? If it's so ancient and original, why they shut that shit down? I know. Because the white man came up in there, huh? He ain't shutting y'all niggas down. White man in America, but he ain't shutting y'all niggas down. Y'all niggas running around here free as a bird. Ancient as the feather. But somehow he shut their ass down, right? The logic is amazing. See, she an old lady. People are going to accept it. I have a homegirl look just like her damn near. Practice that shit, getting paid. If you believe it, it might have a mental effect on you. I told you from the rip, I watch gangsters put the spirit of something on a nigga. A nigga went from a pussy to gangster. This pussy's a gangster. And I don't want to be. Don't make me go there. Show y'all how this shit really go. It ain't that hard, you know. Really not. I can let y'all know how it go.
Oh, gangster, but I don't wanna be, so I gotta cut around your game. This pussy's a gangster, but I don't wanna be, so I gotta cut around your game. When I say cut the pussy out your game, I don't mean we fit the surgically remove my thing. I mean you got to eliminate it from your main frame of thinking. If not, the pussy be gone as soon as you lick it. Cause it's on to the next corner in some alleyways. And some of them sisters be after the ones that only get paid. But me, I go for the ones with the minds and spirit. And if you quiet down, you can always hear it. The ones that ain't flossing, that ain't high signing, ain't bullshit. The one who know what it's all about when God's living, your full breath and intake in your chest. Other than that, outside of your flesh, you would be a mess. I contest this freestyle is just for you from the beginning. And trust me, it's old school SIN when I was sitting. But now it's strength with numbers, don't ever sleep, don't ever slumber. And when you see me on the next flight, if you don't make it, you're dumber than the last motherfucker that didn't make it here in the Project Low. Because didn't they know beyond they call pussy unload everything that you need, even brings ease. Even make you get on your knees and say please.
That's my own girl, Medusa. She comedic, feline. I ain't gonna call her bisexual. I'm just straight gay out of LA. We go way back. Way back. Way back. More than 25 years. She said this pussy's a gangster. Now, understand when you hear any of this black power spiritual shit talk, it ain't nothing new. I don't care how wise they sound. They ain't got no dope book you wrote. I mean, you know, all the writers of African centricity thought, man, they came out in the first 20 years of this shit when it came on the scene. We got the books. Now the books they write are watered down and weak. And they just hustling, panhandling on the side. Because they didn't spend so much time trying to learn the hoodoo that they don't know how to make it do what it do. And if they don't sell a DVD, a black magic box or something, they struggling with it. Now, the dude John Rumez, he used to get $10,000 to come see him. Do an exorcism on your ass. Panhandling on the side. It's all good. We ain't saying you can't get no money. You just can't try to act like that's truth when you really panhandling. You need to let me know it's entertainment. That way I don't have to be trying to take this shit serious when it really ain't serious at all. It's entertainment. Quicker that you get to that point, I see somebody wanted to teach in the chat room. The master build media. You want to promote a little bit? I guess he think people need to know that Egypt is Kush, the Kushite Empire, and that Kemet or Egypt was just a colony of the Kushite Empire. Man, we over here Pan-African, the real shit. There is nothing you could bring forward that Drew Hiller Hudson hadn't already brought with the wonderful world of the Kushite Empire. That book, that part, that's about all. Boom, that's it right there. Even though that can be built upon, we already dropped that, bro. You really ain't gonna come get in my chat and start dropping heat. I'm 10,000 videos in. I got that shit covered. Somewhere over the rainbow. This is the way it is. But I understand. Each one, teach one, build one. We need one. But for some reason, the conscious community is on reset right now. You know, they're going to rehash the same fucking information again and try to act like it's the first time they saying it. But it ain't gonna have no effect any different than the effect that it had the year before. And the year before, and the year before, and the year before. While always in the real world, it's always a Christian out there putting in that work. So here we got some Christians in South Africa taking a stab at white supremacy. Now, that's not an easy job. They already done told him we gonna come kill you. Do you hear any white folks running over to Sonetta TV trying to kill these niggas? No, because they ain't talking about shit that the white man would give a damn about. That's a fact. That nigga sit on 125th Street free as a bird talking shit. White folks are smarter than that. They don't care about you talking. If all you gonna do is talk about you can raise spirits out the ground, they gonna just say, okay, and they gonna go about their way. But as soon as you start talking about passing laws, taking real estate with no compensation, hold the fuck up. They don't give a damn what kind of God you believe in. They believe in the law, and they know if we let you get away with that, you might succeed. But while real shit going down on a daily basis, while the real shit going down, these niggas is distracting. I told you that they will not talk about public issues on a major stage. I sat there and peeked in to that shit they had out there. DC, not a soul spoke a word on some real gangster shit going down in South Africa. Now, it's very easy for me to get on the phone and chop it up with Hashim. We cool like that. And I can lay it down quick. And by the next time he go live on Black Power Radio or something, that will be the topic. It's easy for me to do that. How you think I pulled out in the STEM bus with him? You think that's what he was on? That he was on that Booker T STEM? No. I don't think so. But he understood the importance of it, and he had friends. So he boom, boom, bap. Before you look around, we was pushing the STEM bus. It's still going down, too. Matter of fact, they redid the bus. It's even bigger and grander now. New shit. And if I wanted to, I can influence some Black Power niggas to put on this red EFF shit and go stand in front of the White House. See, that's gangster. They go put on that red EFF shirt Big ass picture of Julius Malema in front on your chest and go stand in the White House and scream cracker at the top of your lungs. Let them know we see what the fuck is going on and make these motherfuckers respond. Because it's white folks in South Africa that's causing the drama that the dude is complaining about. But I'm going to tell Julius Malema, do not look towards them goddamn Hebrew Israelite niggas. They don't give a fuck about the African. Just forget about it. They ain't going to raise a finger to help you niggas. Not at all. All you Hebrew Israelite niggas that follow the ISUPK paradigm, ain't that what you believe, right? Now, if we go to Mexico and we see the white man beating up the Mexican, you're going to take your black ass down there quick as hell. Cinco de Mayo. And you're going to go get your Mexican brother from the... Y'all know y'all chart is garbage, right? You know we shut y'all down with that chart shit. Y'all don't even pop that chart out no more. Tazariak stopped talking about all these goddamn races on that goddamn chart. Niggas is crazy. How can everybody be on the slave ship, dropped off at different islands, be the 12 tribe chart? These niggas is extra police. This shit is extra CIA construct. Extra. What kind of shit is that? Nigga want me to believe that the slave master systematically separated the 12 tribes. Nigga put the tribe of Judah in Harlem. Nigga, get the fuck out of here. That's bullshit. Got time for that. So the panhandle hustle is going to continue. It's going to continue. Pay attention to South Africa's struggle. It's going to get out enormous as we get closer to 2019. It's going to be some real shit going on in that has a real world implication for you right here in America, in the hells of North America. And if you don't see these niggas that claim to be leaders speak on this shit, know that they boule. Digital Pit boss. Realest nigga in it.